Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to answer your questions. So just leave your political questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we've got a fantastic community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. Thank you for being a good person. Making sure I can see the questions. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there. I timestamp them as I go. Or you can watch back in like 1.25 speed, whatever works for you. Today I'm using the it's the Art Nouveau tarot. It's like the Rider-Waite, but it's got a whole lot of sparkly gold, which just seems appropriate with kind of fall colors here. But also, kitty, you got to see these nails. Yuck. Yes. Those are gems on the nails. I mean, you have the little gems, but then you've got these big honkin' topaz. And since my birthday's in November, and when I was growing up, yellow topaz was the stone for November. There we go. Okay. Hello. Yes, Cecilia. Wow. Blingy. Thank you, Queenie. Queenie the Genie. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, CC Rider. Bling, bling. There's a K-pop song called Bling, Bling. No, I got that stuck in my head today. That's good. Bling, 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 bling. Anyway. All right. Renier says, oh my gosh, those nails are out of control. I love them. Okay. Okay. I wanted to mention, this is actually be a good time for me to put on some moisturizer on my hands, because I wanted to mention today is a frustrating day. If you are feeling frustrated today, Nedra Rutherford Scorpio, absolutely. Some moisturizer on my hands. If you are feeling frustrated today, it could be because of the astrology. Today, Venus in the sky, which is what and how we love, right? What we find beautiful, what we, it's just joy and comfort, and it's just a lovely. It's not. The moon is more our emotions, but Venus is kind of how we show love and also what we find lovely. But today, Venus is square Jupiter. Jupiter, biggest planet in the solar system, it got just short of becoming its own sun. I mean, it's big and it's expansive, it's lucky, but it's big. And when Jupiter goes bad, it can be a blowhard and what have you. But really the key to think about is Venus is sitting there, and Venus is sitting there just all beautiful and lovely, and and there's Jupiter, and it's that big expansive. There's a certain energy of Venus sitting there going, could you seriously just not? So there's a lot of that energy around today. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you're getting frustrated today, Valerie Cravette says Jupiter radiates more energy than it gets from the sun. Oh yeah. There's all kinds of cool and scary stuff about Jupiter. As much as we may talk about, oh yeah, we'll go colonize the moons of Jupiter. Matter of fact, there's, I believe, one of the moons of Jupiter is so, it's got so much, it's so metallic. So metallic that the energy actually like the radiation and what have you, that's like going back and forth between this moon and Jupiter itself, the actual space between those two, we do not want to go into. No. So anyway, it's a day of Jupiter being like, can you not? I just saw Lola Bell. Both are making a T-square with my Scorpio 15 sun. I forgot Lola Bell. Hi. My sun is a degree away from yours, basically. It's like 13 degrees, 54 minutes. So I keep forgetting our suns are basically in the same place. So that it's squaring, it's both of us a T-square to our suns. No wonder it's so annoying. But anyway. And Queenie the Genie says, Venus today in the sky is tied to tile? Uranus? I don't know. Oh, okay. CC Ryder. Okay. We'll get back to things. I just like to give you a heads up if I can, if the astrology is doing something specific. CC Ryder says, listening to Charles Coleman discuss jail for Trump. Wouldn't it be lovely? Over the gag order, he says it's doubtful because the judge doesn't want to give any reason for appeal. Then don't put jail as an option in the release order. Yeah. Oh, Stars says you have on a happy color. It's a good color. All right. Jolie S says, just came from watching Meet the Press with a sniffy interview. Couldn't stand to hear anymore. Oh, how bad was it? Okay. And oh, I'm sorry, CC Ryder, having a sinus headache. Man. And sextile. Okay. And just have a quick look. Oh, Lori from the Way of Positive Change is in the chat. Hello, Lori. Do follow Lori at the Way of Positive Change. She is quite possibly the sweetest human being I've ever met in my entire life. And she does really good personal readings. If you need a personal reading, do go to thewayofpositivechange.com or go to Lori's channel here on YouTube, The Way of Positive Change. Highly recommended. Okay. So let's okay, there are going to be a lot of frustrating things today, and that's why I wanted to make sure I told you about the astrology. The big energy of can you not? That's going to be like the catchphrase today, right? Oh, Sniffy's interview, can you not? At 8:40, something like that. In October, the Supreme Court begins another session. One case they will need to decide on listening to involves an appeal from 3 participants on January 6th. The basis of the appeal is that the indictment uses the language that defendants interrupted official proceedings. Yeah? You did? Anyway, if SCOTUS hears the case and votes in their favor, it could force the charges against all the other January 6th defendants and even Trump himself to be lessened. Let me read that again to you, because in October, it is September 17th, October, Supreme Court begins a new session. One case they need to decide on involves an appeal from 3 participants in January 6th. The basis of their appeal is that the indictment uses the language that the defendants interrupted official proceedings. Okay. If the Supreme Court hears the case and votes in their favor, it could force the charges against all of the other January 6th defendants and Trump to be lessened. So he says, that's infuriating. Oh, yeah. Valerie Sergeant says, OMG, yes. Hello, Paula. Man, oh, day. Really? Yeah, at least MTG isn't on the court. So you're appealing that because your indictment uses the language that you interrupted official proceedings. How did you not? I mean, the link's in the description if you want all the details, but how did you not interrupt official proceed? Anyway, 10 of Swords. Yeah, well, you definitely have something to appeal because boom. Okay, here we go. Whew. Zay says, I thought Garland wanted to give them more time. Give whom? Sorry. Give whom? Howling at the Moon. Hanged Man. 9, Sitting Pretty. I'm too white and MAGA and entitled to go to prison. Emperor. I was doing what my president told me to do. Yeah, and you're both going down. Yeah. But I'm going to prison is for, those people, not me. Yeah, this is their entitlement, but it's not. Beneath that, I've got a death card. So I don't think this is going to go so well for them. Good luck. Azalea says Garland wanted to give some of the people charged for January 6th longer sentences. Yeah. Man. Sharon Rice says, looks like Nibbutts, shut it. Care to be double wow. Yeah. Hilda Flores, but not me. Yeah. Yep. Kennedy says, wow, Major Arcana. Kelly says obstruction is the point. Yeah. So good luck. I'm getting, that's really on them. I don't know. I actually wasn't really reading on the Supreme Court because I'm trying not to. If I don't have to. Hello, Salty Chip. Reset says, I was saying to myself, all this spread needs is a death card, and there it was. CC Ryder says, so SCOTUS, are you going to aid and abet prisoners convicted of seditious conspiracy by granting their appeal? If one votes yes, that would be grounds for impeachment. Especially if we can gather some more Senate, win some more Senate seats. To scoop them in. Supreme Court. I hope you had a lovely multi-million-dollar vacation. That's a Page of Swords. That's not even a King of Swords, let alone the Justice card. And, ooh, look at all the money. Bullies, money, and career for more money for the reading. That's the Supreme Court. Yeah. Right now, the people on the right on the Supreme Court are at this very moment really worried. Their main concern is themselves. Okay, so let's move on to Sharon Rice's question at 1525. Her Meidas Touch, Orangina, is showing more and more evidence of cognitive impairment. Do you love how I stumbled on that word right there? Yeah. Oh, I was going to say okay, and I mean okay. I mean the traditional okay. I don't mean anyway. Paul is saying, is my clock wrong? It's 12:40 here in Chicago. Orangina is showing more and more evidence of cognitive impairment. With the clear signs of dementia and Alzheimer's that Orangina has been displaying recently, will he be determined to not be competent for trial? I really do not want this guy to not have to face the full brunt of his comeuppance. I have stood here for years now and said, no violence. No violence. I don't want this guy getting sick. I don't want him being hurt. I want nothing physically, mentally. I want nothing bad to happen to this man. What I want is justice in a courtroom with evidence, with his lawyers, everything laid out, and they can make their case. And based on what I've seen, they can. But if it's through the case, and then I want him, if he is convicted, I want him held accountable. And I want him to be put, in my opinion, I want him, if he's convicted, I want him put in a prison, and I want him to be forced to eat salads. And I want him to never be able to golf again. So, does he have cognitive impairment? Probably. His arteries look like the grease trap at a fast food restaurant. And when your arteries look bad, think of all those tiny little capillaries in your brain. Not good. Oh, I've got two cards in the middle. So, is the orange moron himself? Who was it who just said? Hang on. Karen B says Trump will be under some type of home arrest. As long as he can't go golfing. But then again, he'll do the electronic thing. Yeah, stars. If they would just enforce the existing laws. Exactly. Raymond DePascal, McDonald's delivery. Ugh. Lori Love says, yippers, you're a wicked one, Ms. Autumn. That's what I want. I want him held accountable by the law. And I want him to have his freedoms taken away from him as punishment for being the human embodiment of all 7 deadly sins in the way he acts. Anyway. Okay, well, that's being short, losing, having lost money. This is a miser, but we know he's that. But it's also it can be not having enough. It could also be missing some marbles. Karen B says he could be locked up at a military base somewhere. No, not Guantanamo. Exactly. Janelle Espinoza, like each of us would get. Exactly. Exactly. 9 of Wands. 2, well, we know he's paranoid. 2 of Pentacles. We've got 2 cards for the center. 5 of Cups and the King of Swords. So this would be the prosecutor, and this would be trying to knock down all the stuff that the quote unquote Democrats are bringing. It's not just Democrats, but that's what they think. But you can't knock it all down. Trying to make it go away, but the emperor. But sir, with tears on his face, devil, you're going to be held accountable for what you were, what you are. Yep. Cognitive impairment. Will he have full-blown cognitive impairment later? It's quite possible. I mean, runs in his family and he doesn't take care of himself. But, you know, I'm not getting cups of confusion. I'm not getting cards of confusion, just disappointment that they're still going after him. He is a little paranoid. He is a little unstable, but this would be him being held accountable. The emperor, the corrupt, the devil emperor. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I don't get him being not yet. Five of Swords, adding insult to injury. How he misspeaks. He was just talking about we're headed straight for World War II. I'm sorry. Do I have a calendar handy? What year is it? He misspeaks, but as Obama says, all the stress he's under would make anybody unstable. Yeah. If you were so far charged with 91 felonies, how emotionally stable would you be? Kelly says, play the never-ending story on a loop. By the way, have you seen the photograph of what happened to, what's his name? The big fuzzy head. It still exists. Somebody bought it. The big fuzzy, the Falcor? The big fuzzy head. It's sitting in someone's garage. You can, if you Google it, you can go see. Anyway. John Francis, please, not another World War II. Oh, no, we're headed toward World War II. Not another. Betty Cantrell said, and the people cheered when he said he won against Obama. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, of 9 of whole batteries of tests. This is medical help. He gets the best medical help, which it makes me crazy. There are people out there like me. I don't hurt anybody. I don't have health insurance. I can't afford it. But he's done all of this damage, hurt this many people, and he's getting good medical care. He's just a belligerent posterior. That's what I'm getting right now. So for what it's worth, right now, I'm not getting the, I'm not getting him being found unfit to be tried. So fingers crossed. Okay. Yeah, I barely remember the Never-Ending Story, to be honest. It wasn't my favorite. I loved Dark Crystal. Loved Dark Crystal. Matter of fact, when these two knuckleheads, who was right there? when these two knuckleheads will show up, I'll look down and see one and the other, and I go, Gelfling, do a Gelfling. Yeah. My man X's Dark Crystal was the best. I know. Skeksis. Okay. Love Jalou. No. We'll get to you in a second. Oh, 20, 25, 30. So Trump is deciding to bite the hand that has fed him for a long time. Again. Frieda Smith says basic medical care costs 90 euros a year in Belgium. Rachel, is it Langella? Or Langella? Langella? Dark Crystal and Labyrinth are my faves. Oh, yeah. So Trump has apparently decided to take on Rupert Murdoch directly, calling him a globalist. Like Murdoch could care. And accusing Fox of purposefully using false information for polls to create their own narrative. Now, that's a different thing. That's saying that they're using bad polls. Will Murdoch allow Trump to keep defaming him and his company? Sybil Johnson, your name is beautiful. Do you have a brand you prefer in the nails? No, I have a lot of nails, and just whatever's a good deal, and whatever I like, it's a good deal. So, all right, 2 there. So Trumpy, you're gonna try to take on Murdoch? Good luck. Oh, Mimi Eichholt says love Labyrinth and Legend. Higher, higher, burning fire, making music like a choir. I saw that movie when it came out. I was literally the only person in the theater. It was epic. We are all animals, milady. Howling at the Moon. Yeah, go ahead. Everybody knows. Even Murdoch knows. It's like Trump is just. It's like one of those dolls or something that you just hit the button and it's just touch. Yeah. Sheila, hello, beautiful Sheila. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, Lois. Trump called Murdoch a globalist. Oh, just cuts you to the quick, I'm sure. Hermit, so doesn't care. Ace of Cups, 2 cards in the center again. Let's see. Aggressive law enforcement against absolute corruption. World card and 5 of Cups. Murdoch is, if he thinks about Trump at all, is laughing. Just, he can see all of the legal mess that Trump's in and going to be in. He's isolated. He doesn't have the support he had. There's probably more charges coming. Then we get the end of the world here with Trump out in the cold. The end of the way Trump's lived with Murdoch couldn't care less. Could not. Just it feels like he's just enjoying watching the fall of Trump just like the rest of us. Yeah. Oh yes, Mimi. In Legends, Tim Curry was amazing. Yes. This Big D don't like to wait. All right. Love to lose question. At 30 minutes in, Very straightforward, very good question. If Trump is given a gag order by somebody, a judge somewhere, is he going to break it? Straightforward question. Lori Love O says, I'm still waiting on my check from Soros. Soros, aren't we all? Yeah. All right, there are like 3 cards in the middle. I was just going to pull 3 cards, and there are like 3 cards in the middle. If Trump gets a gag order, is he going to break it? Well, I went to pull 3 cards, and the center, I got 3 cards, so that would be a lot. Eight of Wands. Oh, not just him. Because there are other people who are going to say, well, he's talking. I should be able to talk too. 5 of Cups. Oh, please tell me that you're not just going to try to find him. All he's going to do is just get more money out of his suckers. All right, 3 cards in the center. I can say what I want. It's my right. No, we're going to be most entertained as law enforcement comes after him because he's going to run his mouth. And Magician. He thinks the rules don't apply to him. I can pull a rabbit out of the hat. It doesn't apply to me. Nothing applies to me that I don't want to apply. I can declassify things with my mind. Ooh. Hello, Melody. Man. All right, so Vicky K had a question at 3210. Oh, I want this to have a good answer. Please let this be positive. What is the future of DACA as a program, and what is the future of many dreamers who live in the U.S. now? Amanda Carrion says he was given a gag order. Tim Curry. Yeah, that's awesome. His role actually in Clue was really hard. He really had to struggle with that. I believe he got that role last minute and had to learn all those lines and then be able to spout all of them while running from place to place. Yeah, his role was harder than all of them, apparently. Anyway, future of the DACA program. Future of the DACA program. Future of the dreamers. Five of Cups. There's some still standing here, but there's a lot of disappointment. These are exactly the kind of people we want in our country. You came here. You have no criminal record. You're a great addition to society. Why wouldn't we want you here? This is awesome. This is exactly what we want. Anyway, future of the DACA program. 9 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Okay, there's still hope. Over here, aren't Republicans already trying to defund or mess something up that tries to? They're basically trying to kneecap it. But it feels like, oh gosh, please, if we can win more seats and full control over Congress with the presidency, we can do so many good things. Please vote. I know most of you vote, but please vote. Yeah, The Republicans had their way. All right, the Dreamers. Fingers crossed. Hello, Elizabeth B. Empress. Okay. Yeah. See, we want the Dreamers as to be one of us. This is what we want. These are exactly the people we want in this country. But that's Trump trying to gain political points by being a racist blankety blank. And the far right, they're going to keep trying to make things bad, but there's still hope. There's still hope. So please vote Republican. Blue wave, blue tsunami. Yes, Janelle Espinoza, that's what we need, a blue wave. Oh, I was going to wear my blue wave pin. I forgot. Man. Okay. Linda Bishop asks, what's 6'3" and 215 pounds? Well, we know what isn't. Oh, man. Matter of fact, did you see the picture of him with Alina Habba? See, generally, I don't care what you weigh. Why would I care? But he's so awful and so vicious about everybody else, and women especially. And then you walk around like that. But yes, continue to insult other people for their weight. Yuck. He's so gross. So gross. Okay. This it's not it's not a laugh out loud. It's more of a guffaw, but Fox News, over on Fox News, they asked Vivek Ramaswamy why his negative numbers are going up. The more people are learning about who he is. In polling, the trending word used to describe him was annoying. See, that's awesome. Okay. However, his response, Vivek answered, it's because he's young at 38 and people are annoyed by his meteoric rise in the party. No, not really. He then went on to discuss, I'm not making this up. He then went on to discuss how Thomas Jefferson, okay, it's not right here. Okay. If you're running for president, comparing yourself to the founding fathers, really? Really? Legend in your own mind, are you? Anyway, he went on to discuss how Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence and created the swivel chair at the age of 33. It's true, he did. And that we need more of the same kind of energy. Oh, thank you, brain. Or not. Excuse the term, but my brain just said, oh, that's perfect for Ramaswamy. Like, swivel chair. You can go sit and spin. A little brutal, sorry. That's what my brain said. Is Ramaswamy and his ego serious contenders in 2024? True, Mary Smith, none of these people know history. Ramaswamy and his ego. Kelly said he also created the dumbwaiter. Oh, there we go. Darren says, Jefferson was also a slave owner. Wasn't he just? Temperance. Sit down. That's what that is. That's the temperance card of Ramaswamy. Sit down. Yes, John Francis. Isn't that a statue of Ramaswamy in the Jefferson Memorial? Mm-hmm. Ace of Swords. Judgment. Devil card. Good luck. Crash and burn. Bye. Jerk. Sit down. Anyway. Yes, I say, sit down on your swivel chair. Elizabeth Laura says if he got any more full of himself, it'd pop like a hot air balloon. Yes. Ugh. All right, so next. Evangelicals. 41-20. Look, just because someone has a different religious views than yours, different political views than yours, but different religious views than yours, doesn't mean they can't move some energy. Hey, look, I remember generally we don't have many trolls around here because the troll slayers here are so good. Thank you. And enough, people have wrenches that they can whack a troll. But over time, I remember one troll in particular who was just all up in their feelings in the chat about, this is the work of the devil and witchcraft and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking, lady, if I had that kind of power, why would I be doing this? Wouldn't I be out getting my mansion with the, I don't know, with the giant kitty rooms and wouldn't I be, if I had the ability to actually, no. Anyway, but I'll tell you, I felt it. That person knew how to move some energy, but it was just dreck. It was like getting splashed with just the scummiest water. It's like, oh, so, and you can actually move energy. You actually are able to move energy. You're so convinced of what you're saying, but that's what you move. You can go around stomping slime puddles. Yick. Anyway, Evangelicals. Hello, Marby. They're losing their absolute hold over the GOP for the 2024 elections. Really? With Trump and other mainstream candidates having learned from the midterms to leave the A word and other hot topics alone, will the Evangelicals find a way to keep their power going forward? I think it's a little too late. The Republicans got the overturning of Roe v. Wade, basically. And they're going to pay for that 2024. Whatever lip service they're giving to women in this country, to evangelicals, to whatever, what they're saying does not matter as much as the reality on the ground for people. So, Four of Cups, evangelicals. These are and there are liberal evangelicals. is my understanding. I do not personally know one, but apparently there are people who are very much a part of that faith, who are very liberal, who, I don't know, actually believe what Jesus actually taught. And good for you. You understood the assignment. You read the book, and you actually twigged what Jesus, Yahshua from Nazareth, was actually saying, unlike the MAGA morons. Oh, apparently they're like, the Bible, the Bible, the Bible. Oh, I've never read it. Oh, that's weak. We're not going to do that. But the Bible, the Bible, the Bible. Anyway. Yeah, but these are the ones who, we're not going to listen to that horrible leftist nonsense. CC Ryder says, yes, there's a Christian left. Yep. Wheezy Squeeze Box. Yes, the dog that caught the car. That is a very good description of the Republicans overturning Roe v. Wade, essentially. All right. Not 9 of them. It's the Hermit card. It's Major Arcana. It's the Hermit card. My brain was just like, 9. No. High Priestess. Hello, Evangelicals. 5 of Pentacles. Justice. Queen of Wands. Your influence and your power is waning. Your congregations are not growing. In fact, they're shrinking on the whole. And it's just going to continue because people don't want to live in an autocracy. They don't want to live in an authoritarian state. So my brain's mixing up authoritarianism and autocracy. They don't want to live like that. So there are fewer and fewer people willing to go down that road. Especially young people. Of course, they're still out there. I'm not saying there are no more evangelicals. No, but it doesn't look good for you. Because who would want to live like that? You don't even follow the words of the man you swear up and down you believe in. But you're happy to talk about the exact opposite of what he said, like the prosperity gospel. Have you there's the joke about, do you know Jesus? When Christians start talking about the prosperity gospel, that's the first thing that goes through my head. Do you know Jesus? What are you talking about? Does God want you to thrive? Yes, your guides do. Your family does on the whole, unless you've got some problems in your family. There are people in the world who definitely want you to thrive. There are spirits on the other side who want you to thrive. Angels want you to thrive. Everybody, there is so much energy in the universe, physical, spiritual, what have you, of that is actually supporting you, that wants to see you succeed. But the idea that if you blindly follow the teachings of a man, but don't actually follow, you don't actually follow the teachings, then you will be rewarded with great material riches. With the blankety blank. Anyway, the heck? Anyway, all right, moving on. It's not going to go well for them. Goodbye. Just sit down. Sit down and try reading that book. New Testament. Highly recommend it, especially the stuff in red. All right. Now, this comes down, this next question, at 50 minutes in. You know me, those longtime viewers, you know I have a weakness. Well, I've got a couple of weaknesses. Well, I've got many weaknesses, but I, don't start talking to me about Star Trek because I won't shut up. I've got various things, but one of my problems is that I give people too much credit. I give people the benefit of the doubt when they don't deserve it. There is some naive part of myself, my Cancer moon, that's like, no, nobody's that bad. Yeah, there are people in prison right now who really are that bad. I know, but if somebody just short of that, there's always this part of me. So stupid me, it didn't even dawn on me that Ken Paxton would come that close to being impeached. I just assumed he was going to just be like, whew, dodged that bullet. All right, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to be kind of quiet for a while and let everything settle down. That's really what my brain thought he was going to do. Just didn't even question it. Just, okay, well, things will be quiet there for a while. Moving on. No, not moving on. Naive. Ken Paxton was acquitted in regards to the articles of impeachment levied against him in Texas. However, Paxton is still facing federal felony charges for security fraud in 2015. Okay. And the FBI has already pulled aside certain witnesses from the impeachment trial to further delve into that. Actually, let me jump to number 11 because this is specifically what I was talking about. Even though Republicans are the ones who brought the charges against Paxton, in his first interview after the acquittal, he vowed to come after the Biden administration, who he blames, and their reckless shredding of the Constitution in regards to Texas. What kind of trouble will he actually start? Lullaby says, Autumn, a lot of that trust naivete comes from being born in the year of the pig. Yes, or as I often say, I am absolutely a bore. So, what are you going to do, Paxton? Hello, Optimus Prime. World card. Things might not continue on with the kind of life, power, and privilege to which you have grown accustomed, Paxton. Three of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Lovers. Six of... Oh, he thinks he's all that. You're not, dude. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Who was it? Was it CC Ryder? Who just said... Yes. CC Ryder says, NBC News yesterday. It was February 2023. Justice Department officials in Washington take over the corruption investigation, removing the case from the federal prosecutors in Texas. He really thinks he can he still has all kind of power, and he's going around bestowing blessings, and there are people who are lucky enough to have his support. Yeah, until the feds show up, you big jerk. We thought it was going to be good. He was going to be impeached, but no, they wussed out. And so he just continues on his entertainment only YouTube. The MAGA cultish selfishness type thing. And he still thinks he's some kind of kingmaker, or he can give out bounty, and no. You'll have fun till the government takes your it's not T-Bird. My brain said T-Rex. No, that's not right. Until they take away all your what you've done. Anyway, that fell apart. My metaphor fell apart. Tim Blackvale says allegedly they were paid off for their votes. I would so not be surprised. I'm having a quick look. CC Ryder says, I really hope this trial opened the eyes to moderate Republicans and right-leaning independents and causes them to vote blue. If they don't by now. So Darren says lots of Cancer moons in this chat. Aries, Sun here, Virgo rising, Cancer moon. Yeah, obviously not everybody, but yeah. And you'll find, and I find it interesting if there's a group of people who come together for whatever, if there's some kind of whatever the topic is or the person or whatever is going on, the center of the group, if people keep coming back, usually there are links in the astrology. So you end up with a whole, like if there's somebody who people want to talk about who's a Gemini, there'll be people in you start talking to people in the group and it's suddenly lots of Gemini stuff cropping up, or Scorpio stuff or Cancer stuff or whatever it is. So Kathy Ann says Cancer moon here. Thank you, Patricia Neese. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Sherry Moonchild says Cancer moon here too. John Platt says, will you still have a song to sing when the DOJ comes and takes your fancy things away? Yeah. Tim's asking if the birds are squawking. Yes, the window's open. So I hope that hasn't been bothering you. Paxton, good luck, because yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it won't. Not as long as you want it to. That kind of answers that. At least a lot of that. Hang on. Let me move. If take just 1 second, talk amongst yourselves. And so that's there. So I definitely will not lose that. Good. All right. And I want to have a quick, following criticism, Drew Barrymore halts daytime talk show return until the strike ends. You think? Didn't see that through, didn't think it through at all, did you? Anyway, I wanted to look at the UAW strike. So, Weezy Squeezebox says Sagittarius Sun, Cancer rising. So at 59:30, I wanted to make sure I got to UAW strike. Ay, ay, ay. Janelle Espinosa says Bo doesn't think it will go on for long. Okay. My parents, both dragons in Chinese astrology. Yep. The biggest animals. And it just, yeah, they were forces of nature when I was growing up. All right, so Adana, hello from Texas. Hello. Yeah, I agree. So let's look at the UAW strike. And actually make this. Noted auto workers. So the M says, I'm a dragon in Chinese astrology too. Good. Big, powerful. Love it. Three of Swords. Yeah, they haven't been getting raises. Meanwhile, the disparity with the high muckety mucks in the company, the amount of money they're getting. Good night. Kathy Limestone, Cancer Moon here. Yeah. All right, UAW strike. Out in the cold, they're already suffering. Knight of Swords. This is not a bully card in this case. This could be people trying to get back some of their power and doing it in a legal manner. I mean, they're not blowing up the factories. They're striking. They're picketing. They're perfectly legal, reasonable, peaceful. Star. Fingers crossed. Nine of Cups. Two of Cups. All right, that's good. Okay, it's not, I'm not getting like pentacles here that get like I'm not getting like an ace of pentacles where they get a big chunk of money, but this is people standing up for their rights. There's some real hope here. This is the merchant card. They make the product and this would be a partnership. So fingers crossed, there's some positive energy here. Yeah. So, Janelle Espinosa says partnership. They'll come to an agreement. Mm-hmm. And Julie M says someone should develop an astrological system where every sign is a different colored kitten. Janelle says, yes, they will benefit from their strike and won't need to go on for long. The car companies have too much to lose. Well, I was pleased to hear that they were, negotiating rather than just stonewalling. So just have a look. And Glenn Bird says the automakers have bunches of unsold 2023 cars with 2024 starting. The initial offer from the companies is pretty good. 20% increase this year and the next. This is where arbitration can help. Excellent. Good. Well, all right. A Free Spirit says Scorpio Sun and Gemini Moon here. Gemini's natural curiosity goes well with Scorpio's detective skills. I totally believe that. And I'm a Scorpio Sun. I've got a Gemini ascendant. But anyway, okay. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I so enjoy spending time with you and you helping me get through the news on these questions, because I'd be reading on this if I didn't have this channel. I mean, and you've helped me so much. Thank you. All right, so it is 1:29 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome to join. Sarah will be there today. And yeah, she had yesterday off, but she's back until next weekend. And on Wednesday, Sarah will be coming on live here at noon, the news live stream. So we're hoping to kind of start a Sarah Wednesdays. So that should be fun. And other than that, yeah, just keep on keeping on. Hang in there. You're not alone, and we're in this together. And there are good days ahead. There really are. All right, so we'll just hang in there. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, take care.